With this team, I had my battles done in no time at all, especially because of the Deoxys on its attack form. This Pokemon is super underrated at the moment, and even when resisted, its damage output is still the best one that you can use in the entire game. So overall, we're gonna lead with Shadow Granbull because why not? This Pokemon is pretty good right now, especially against Steelix that has almost nothing to throw at you with those Dragon Tails, and you can survive at least one charge attack in the process. However, Empoleon cannot say the same thing because a simple Earthquake is just gonna dominate our battle. So now by returning into the game with our Granbull, I'm hoping for the best here to survive the move and still guarantee the farm down with my Shadow Charms. Let's see what their next Pokemon might be as they are emerging with a Carbink. This Pokemon is no good news for us, and look how easy it is for our Deoxys to fall down to those rock throws. Even the Psycho Boost is gonna be blocked and we're gonna get deleted by this Carbink. Back to the Carbage land because I definitely hate that one. Anyways, now Go-Goat is a Pokemon that I haven't seen in a while, and of course a Pokemon that I also miss from my collection, but it is what it is, and now we're just gonna come into the battle with our Empoleon. This is absolutely awesome, able to resist pretty much whatever they throw, and I want to inform you at this point that these battles are all gonna be extremely fast, and I was getting kinda higher on Elo, and I do not like this. I was about to get on 2500, and yeah, I definitely hated this, so I needed a team to tank a little bit, and at the same time I want to have some fun, so this Deoxys team absolutely blew my mind. Now with the Drill Peck we managed to get both of them shields out of play. Go-Goat gets out of the way because of how good we can be offensively. We lag so much here, a simple Psycho Boost could have sealed the deal, and unfortunately here we are kind of obliged in using a shield on the RLAs. Hopefully though I'm just gonna get to the meme close combat, and I'm expecting the knockout, but they still hold on. Anyways, one charm later and we're gonna take a huge victory for our team. Hypno now is a lead that is definitely a very troublesome one. Every heavy hitter that is also bulky is gonna be a very bad one for your team, but hopefully here we can get to the charge attack right on time, especially on the second charge attack. So we managed to get a shield in the process, and before they farm us down, this is absolutely crucial, we managed to even the field. Now the Deoxys can easily go in, resist the confusion damage, and still gonna apply some more pressure with its moves. I'm gonna switch out on Empoleon because Mandibas here is definitely gonna put off some work with those Snarls, and if you thought that Snarl is not a very good offensive move, well, think again, because Deoxys is still taking so much damage. So now with that Greedent coming into the game, I decide to let the move go through. It ends up being just a crunch, and now we got access to our Hydro Cannon. Down they go with the Greedent. Now it all depends on if we can land that Dark Pulse. We cannot, and down we go. I'm not sure if we could win it anyways, but still it is what it is, and my opponent will get a very nice victory. Into the next one now with the Carbink up in front. After a little bit of stalling, now I'm just gonna switch out on my Deoxys. This is a horrible play because we need to block twice, and yeah, that is super bad. Anyways, now with the double block we still managed to farm down. It all depends now on their final Pokemon. No move once again by my part. I don't know what I'm thinking. I think that the lag occurred before, but right here that was my mistake. I was watching Euro 2024 at that moment, and yeah, I absolutely messed this up. Anyways, the battle is definitely not over yet, and now we need to take both of them shields out of the game. Perhaps before we could take the shields much easier, but now with Granbull coming into the game and with those two moves getting the shields, they are open to the crunch. Down they go, Carbink now with the farm down, and we can finish them off before they reach to the rock slide. That battle was absolutely crucial and absolutely close. Now with the Mountain up in front, this is kinda good for us but kinda scary at the same time. Once again, this is a bulky Pokemon like Hypno and has access to some kinda spammy moves like Aerial Ace. So in the process we need to block at least once, then try to catch the move on Empoleon, but of course this is not gonna happen. My plays sometimes are questionable, but with this team you need to play accordingly and on your limits, because we're talking about a very classy team and catching certain moves can get you on the right track. Anyways, now with that Mandibuzz getting to another charge attack, I'm kind of obliged in letting my Empoleon go, and now we can easily snipe them down with our Deoxys. They return to the battle with Mantine. I let my Deoxys go down to a simple Aerial Ace. That was not super effective damage, that was straight up Aerial Ace neutral damage, but it is what it is, and now they have a Gligar at the very end. So they got an ABA flying team here, and we're just gonna keep going at it with our charms, but they're never gonna be enough, and down we go to those wing attacks. Into the next game now with that Deoxys up in front. Let's see how this is gonna go, because on this one Deoxys is staying a little bit extra and charging up a lot of energy. Thunderbolt is gonna hit us. I know I can survive one move, but that was super close. Anyways, we still managed to deliver the finishing blow. Greninja comes into the game and they took a heavy hit by my charm. What I want to do here is to potentially completely farm down with my poison jabs, and to do so we need to rely a lot on our Deoxys. Deoxys now with a Psycho Boost, my opponent blocks here in a very good block or a very bad, I am not sure, because now Empoleon still comes into the game and all we need to do is to land at least one Hydro Cannon. So over here now you can see that I let the move go through. It ends up being just the Psychic Fangs, unlike before that it was the Earthquake. Sometimes I risk it all for content. So down they go to my Steel Wings. Greninja now gets to a move, and I know that I can survive one Water Shuriken, but I didn't think about this that much because they get the boost, and now Water Shuriken does so much damage that we cannot imagine that we're fainting down into this one. Anyways, into the next battle now with a Giratina Origin up in front. So this is obviously a very good lead, but even though they got a fairy on the switch, we still get destroyed down by those water guns. That was so bad, but anyways, we still return to the battle with our Empoleon, able to completely farm down and get out of here with a lot of energy remaining. Now Giratina comes into the battle, but it doesn't matter because we can still do so much work with our Drill Pecks. We get a shield out of the game, this is absolutely awesome, and now with Granbull remaining for us and the red still on their end, we might actually be on a very good spot. Having the two shield advantage here over the one, I guess we can reach to those close combats at a fairly good pace, while whatever they do with that lock-on damage, it will always remain at 1, even when we get a lot of debuffs from those close combats. So I'm just gonna farm a lot of energy here and still provide so much pressure with the crunch. Down they go, we switch out to Empoleon because they have so much energy, and we managed to catch the move, the Shadow Ball. That was awesome, and the final charm will get the victory for us. Into the next game now, trainers, with the Empoleon up in front. The battle is not over yet, even though we have one of the worst leads, if not the worst, for this team. Now we're just gonna switch out to Empoleon of our own, Hydro Cannon on the Shadow Zapdos. Salute trainer, that Pokemon is awesome, I love it, I love you just for getting to use this one. So then we go to the Thunderbolt. I was hoping they're gonna get to that Drill Peck, but they definitely know what they're doing, and now Deoxys can easily farm down by spending only one shield in the process. So down they go, and Ganeto comes into the game. Ganeto gets out of the game. Let's get the victory with our Psycho Boost. I'm just joking around because they still have Empoleon and we get no victory at all. This is gonna be a devastating loss, but a very entertaining one. Into the next game now, trainers, with Empoleon up in front. Ganeto, come on Ganeto, Granbull for the win, and now on the switch we're meeting up with the Ninetales, which means that Empoleon can easily survive whatever they throw and farm up all that HP. So with Ninetales getting out of the way, perhaps we can have a chance here because we're getting a very nice lag on our end. If that was a double drill peck, we could at least get one shield out of the game or the whole Poliwrath out of existence, but my opponent can still provide some pressure now with a Ice Wind. They have at the back this Aurorus, which means that we need to switch out now on the Oxys. So many charge attacks after that drill peck and after that drill peck lag, and I guess that we could have won this anyways, but it is what it is, and we end up getting the tie here because reasons. Okay, yeah, pure reasons. We had the shield, they didn't want to miss a turn, and that made kinda sense, so I guess that the draw is kinda satisfying, but yeah, go battle lag strikes at the worst parts ever. So anyways, now into the next battle with the Ganeto on the switch. We're having now access on our drill peck and once again an Empoleon up in front. So my Empoleon now will be able to go down, I guess, to the move, so I need to protect my Pokemon here and still reach to the Hydro Cannon to finish them down. My opponent decides to double block his Ganeto, and at this point I'm just gonna go down, I guess, to the move. No reason at all to go for any shield here, while we can easily snipe them down with a single charm or with our Deoxys. Now that they are shieldless, I guess that the Deoxys can easily come into the battle, charge up a ton of energy, and in the process we can finish off whatever comes into the game. However, right here we got access to the Psycho Boost, which is not enough to finish off Gligar. That was so devastating at the moment for me, but to be real, they still had Empoleon around, so even if that would KO, Empoleon would just sweep us down. So yeah, well played to my opponent. Let's get now into the next battle. Grand Bull against the World, the Grand Bull against Poliwrath. Okay, this is a fine lead for us, and Steelix on the switch. Okay, I see you there. I'm just gonna take the move, whatever that is, just a Psychic Fangs, and then switch out on my Empoleon. I'm not gonna fall for the trap that they're gonna charge up to the Earthquake, so first I want them to spend the remaining energy that they have already farmed up, so that then my Empoleon can still survive the following moves and get to a couple of Hydro Cannons to finish off my opponent. So in the process here, we might go down to a crunch, but they end up going for the Psychic Fangs, and now I have access to the Hydro Cannon. However, my opponent caught the move. I don't know what I'm thinking sometimes, but still we can do more damage with our charm. Here comes now a move from my end because I have a feeling that they're getting super close to a charge attack, and I want to get my final two shields for the very end game and my Deoxys. However, they end up having another bulky Pokemon, and that is Mantin, which means that we are not gonna be on a very good spot overall. Look at how much damage they can already do with those wing attacks as they're getting my both shields out of play. So down they go, but at the same time they also have one more Pokemon remaining, and that is gonna be an extremely close one. Into the final one out, trainers, with the Shadow Hypno up in front. We're just gonna do so much damage with our heavy hitting charms, and now on the switch we're meeting up with Steelix once again. This Pokemon for some reason is everywhere on the backline of your opponents and my opponents, of course, but yeah, you get the memo. My brother is calling here and I'm just gonna ignore it, while Hydro Cannon is gonna do so much damage on their end that they need to respect it. Another call from my brother alongside my Hydro Cannon, and look at that, trainers, I really need to get on that call. Perhaps he needs something of urgent situation, I don't know. Anyways, now with the close combat we managed to finish them down, smashing the switch button out to my Deoxys. We got access now to the Psycho Boost, which is resisted but still enough to one-shot down the Steel type Pokeball, and Hypno now remains at the very end. We almost managed to get the victory, and down we go. That was super close. For a moment I really thought that we would make it. Anyways, that is gonna be all for today. Thank you for watching and for sticking around till the end. It really means a lot for my channel. Before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to my content, and I hope to see you all into the next one.